First, I just want to say thank you to all of our supporters who immediately jumped up, dug in, and gave us the financial support we need in this challenging time in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. As you can see here at our building, the water line rose above my head and we literally lost everything. And the first three questions that I hear from everyone are, what about insurance? Unfortunately, insurance only covers things above the flood line, and there's nothing above the flood line. Secondly, what about FEMA? We don't own the building. We rent it from the city of Hendersonville, which adds to the devastation as the cost of our rent was very, very low. The third question I get is, what do you need? We need everything. We don't even have a paperclip. But the best thing that you can do to support us is to give your financial support, with which we promise to buy everything we need to be able to rebuild and rise from this flood. The Literacy Connection is not our building. We are the connections that are in our name between our students and our tutors, between other organizations of this community, which is why we like to take this moment to thank First United Methodist Church in Hendersonville for providing temporary space for us to operate out of, so that we can continue to do the work that makes a huge impact in our community. We transform lives every day by cultivating literacy skills that promote economic and social success. And more than that, we transform lives through the relationships between our tutors and students. And we're going to share a few of those stories with you today before we take you on a little tour of our new office.
Things I thought of was how to connect with my student. So we texted, but our phones weren't always working. And so I eventually found out she was okay and her house was okay, but she had no electricity and no water. So I went to her job. I found her where she works, and they called her and we met, and I said, how can I help you? What do you need? And she didn't know what she needed, but we started talking about, well, what about fruit and vegetables? And she said, yes, even canned fruit and vegetables. So I shopped, and then I came back at the end of her workday and dropped off the groceries, gave each other a big hug. And she subsequently let me know she did get her power and electricity, and I did the same for her as well.
Hey there. One of the first things I thought of when Hurricane Helene hit was the student I tutor. Her name is Norma, and she's wonderful. We've been working together for some time. And I was so worried because she's a young woman and lives with her husband and 3 children in a trailer and works very hard. And so I contacted her almost as soon as during one of those moments when I actually had cell service. I got in touch with her and we began texting whenever we could for the next couple of days. And I was very relieved to hear that she was fine, and she was as well with me. And then we were just texting back and forth about things like the generator, and her actually had a propane generator, and where you could find gasoline, or could you find gasoline, and giving each other information about Ingalls on Spartanburg Highway or whatever. Anyway, when we got that all sorted out and things sort of calmed down a little, and she told me that her husband was volunteering in Swannanoa with his church here, but they had gone up to Swannanoa and they were mucking stuff out. And she works at a restaurant and it was closed for a few days, but she was eager to meet again. And so we met that Thursday, the Thursday after the hurricane hit on Friday, and had a great session outdoors, of course, because every place was closed. We sat at a picnic table. We smiled, we hugged. It was a wonderful session, and we're really connected. And we also worked on some vocabulary around hurricanes and disasters and catastrophes. So it's a wonderful relationship.
This is Denaciana Espinoso, my student whom I've been tutoring, I reckon now about 5 years. And in last May, he got his citizenship And we are now currently in helping another individual towards their citizenship. Well, I sent out a little "how's everybody doing" to Denaciano, and I said, "Are you okay?" He said, "We're okay. We just had a couple trees down, but we're okay." I didn't think anything more of it. So what did you do?
When I hear the message, and I said, well, I can take care of that, and I go in my truck and come see my teacher, and my teacher no home. He's the husband, answered me the door and showed me with the tree, and I say, I'll take care of this tree, it's no big deal, and I come saving my teacher's life.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I hadn't, because we wouldn't, I was, as you see, this is really the best exit for us. And I came home from my trip and I said, and my husband said, guess who is here? And I said, I said, Denaciano. And he's going to bring his chainsaw and he's going to help us. And so, daggone it, he did all of this. All of this. This tree was huge, blocking everything. He did it all himself.
Wonderful.
And he gave back, right?
Yes.
So
Wonderful. Thank you.
Wasn't that amazing? It is stories like these that give me so much hope as we rise from the flood. Here we are inside of First United Methodist Church, where you will immediately find a warm, welcoming face at the welcome desk every day, and they will help direct you down this hallway where we'll show you how to get to our offices. And when you hop off the elevator at the 3rd floor, you'll find us in rooms 302 and 303. Come on in to the new main office of the Literacy Connection. As you can see, we've received some donations of supplies, and what we want to reiterate at this point is, like in most Western North Carolina recovery efforts, we have moved on to the phase where your financial contributions are really what is needed. The church has been so generous to order us new desks, chairs, and is even providing basic things like extension cords and surge protectors for the 3 computers we were able to save. Come with me to room 303. Welcome to our other office space, where you will be able to find me soon working behind my desk to oversee all of the wonderful things that the Literacy Connection does. Thank you so, so much for trusting us with your financial resources. With your unrestricted support, we will be able to maintain all of our overhead costs, ensure that our amazing, hardworking staff is able to be paid for the wonderful work that they do, supporting our students and teachers, and cover all of the rest of the needs as we rebuild, purchasing curriculum, technology equipment, etc. And because of you and because of our amazing team at Literacy Connection, we will rise from this flood.